Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 9. Today we're going to be talking about the new Season 9 trailer and what to expect in the upcoming trailer and what to expect in the season as a whole as The Flash begins filming for Season 9. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and click that bell button to turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay, so I just wanted to make a little announcement. I'm still funding for this feature film that I'm going to be making in a couple of months. We are currently financing the final part of the film, and if you guys can contribute anything towards the film, you'll be thanked in the credits, and also maybe you have a chance to come down to London and actually be in the film as an extra. So go to the description below, click on the fundraising link, which is going to be the first link, and go support The Nightmare Around the Corner, which is a horror film that I'm going to be making very soon, directed by myself and also shot by myself. So very excited about that, and it would mean the world to me if you guys can help me out, try and fund that last bit. We're currently at about £150 and we're trying to get to £500. So share it around to your family, your friends, and anyone you know that maybe watches the videos and want to support in some way. But for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So as I mentioned just at the start of the video, this video is about The Flash Season 9. Now, The Flash has just actually started to film this week, so this is the reason I'm making this video, because Grant has returned to the set, all the rest of the cast and the crew members have returned to Vancouver, and they are prepping to start filming this week, and they have actually started filming. So that's why you've been seeing posts from Grant Gustin. They've been very nostalgic Instagram posts over the last couple of days, posting lots of stuff from the first season and basically thanking everyone, saying this is like the start of the end of the Flash journey. And so obviously for fans it's very emotional, and it's very sad to see him doing this, because this is like the last year that we're going to be getting the Flash. And yes, it isn't going to be premiering until January, so that's technically next year, but you know, the next like overall year starting from now, that is going to be the last time that we have the Flash. And so with them actually returning to the set, that means we're going to start getting some behind the scenes content and maybe some set photos, so we'll be sure to make videos on those when they're actually released. So keep an eye out for the next couple of weeks, and obviously don't miss out on any of the videos, because we're going to be keeping you guys updated all the while until the Flash Season 9 comes out in January. And so let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So what are we going to expect in the first trailer, but also in the season as a whole, that being Season 9 of The Flash, of course. So first things first, this is going to be a short season. When they announced that The Flash was coming to an end, they also announced that the episode count is going to be much smaller than The Flash has ever had before. It's going to be 13 episodes rather than the usual minimum being 18 episodes, and the maximum being about 22-23 episodes that they've had in the past. So that means this is a very, very short season. So with that in mind, we're definitely only going to get 2 graphic novels maximum. That is what Eric Wallace calls the story structure of the show. He calls it graphic novels like in the comics. So, you know, you start with one graphic novel, you move on to the next one, and so it's like 2 different villains and 2 different whole stories, but they somehow connect by having the same characters and basically being a continuation but having different villains. And so this season, do not expect 3 graphic novels or 3 villains like Eric Wallace previously teased, because that was when he was not sure about how many episodes he would have and if it would be the final season or not. So he planned like 20 episodes, say, if they had, and he would be doing 3 graphic novels, but that is not the case. We have 13 episodes, so there's not enough episodes to have interludes and more graphic novels. So I would presume and predict that there is going to be probably no interludes. I mean, there's maybe going to be 1 episode that is like a break between the 2 graphic novels during the 13 episodes, so maybe like episode 7 or something, but maybe there's going to be none, because of the fact that it's only 13 episodes. They got to wrap up so much. It's the final season. It's not just like they have less amount of episodes but they have another season. No, they have to conclude everything and make it good. Now let's talk villains. Who is going to be the main villain of The Flash Season 9, and are we going to see them in the first trailer? The obvious answer to the first trailer bit is probably we're not going to see them. There may be a teaser, just like how they teased Cobalt Blue, who is probably going to be one of the main villains of The Flash Season 9 at the end of Season 8 during that one cliffhanger. So if they plan to actually get him involved at an early point, definitely there could be a glimpse of Cobalt Blue, but they like to keep their villains at least a little bit obscured and mysterious at the start of the season until their plans come to fruition and they're actually more out there in the public and people know about them more. And so there is definitely going to be one more villain of the season if Eric Wallace does stick to the graphic novel format, and that would be someone else. I have no idea honestly right now because he hasn't teased anything to do with that other villain. However, I have to say personally, I really would hope that Eric Wallace wouldn't do a graphic novel with this season just because it's 13 episodes, it's so much shorter than normal. I would really like to have one conclusive ending season which is just one villain, and it's a great mystery and it's a great way to go out of the show as we head towards the end of it, with the end of Season 9 of course. However, let's continue with this. In terms of Season 9, we're going to see some returning familiar faces. That only makes sense, and I think they'll try and get as many people back as possible if they are available. So my top picks definitely would be Cisco, Reverse Flash, Harrison Wells, Bart and Nora, and also Jay Garrick. Those are my picks from The Flash. I feel like those are quite obvious picks. I think Cisco would definitely be my number one that I want to see. It would be a huge shame if The Flash ends and we never see Cisco again. So I really hope they can actually figure it out with Carlos Valdez to try and get him back just for at least one episode in this final season. And I have hopes for that. Also, I think Reverse Flash is pretty likely, or Harrison Wells, because Tom Cavanagh is in Vancouver. He's been shooting Superman and Lois as a director just this week, so definitely there is the chance that he's going to be up and around Vancouver sometime this year. Also, Jay Garrick I feel like is a pretty solid pick, and I think there's a high chance because they love bringing John Wesley Shipp back. Also Bart and Nora, because they've been so heavily involved and we haven't had like a proper send-off story. Plus they are also the most likely characters to have a spin-off show when The Flash ends, so I really want to see some sort of setup for Bart and Nora potentially having a show in the future. That would be absolutely great. I don't expect these people to show up in episode 1, so I don't think we're going to be seeing them in the first trailer when it releases. But talking of other characters and cliffhangers, actually Killer Frost had a cliffhanger last season, that being Caitlin of course, because we have this new kind of voice that appeared out of nowhere at the end of the season, and it sounded like a cross between Frost and Caitlin. So it's going to be a continuation from that Season 8 cliffhanger, and that we could totally see in the Season 9 trailer because that was teased and they're going to give you an answer to that sometime very soon. So it could be in the first episode where you get the reveal of what's actually going on with Frost and Caitlin. Also, let's talk about Iris. I definitely think there's going to be more Iris this season, considering the fact that this is a final season, 13 episodes. I mean, how hard can it be to stick around for that whole time? I really feel like we're going to get more Iris this season, and they're going to find a way to definitely intertwine it with what Barry's doing more this season, because obviously she was quite absent last season due to being away. But also there is the idea of Iris becoming pregnant, obviously with Bart and Nora, because that is something that has been teased over the last couple of seasons, that they were kind of preparing to have kids, but it hasn't happened yet, so maybe this is going to happen. Also, wrapping up all the big stories, that is going to be something that they have to do. They're going to have to conclude each character's arc, no matter where they are. Everything has to come to an end unless they do have a spin-off plans that we don't know about. So everything this season is definitely going to be quite conclusive. Also, it was rumored that there was going to be a mini crossover similar to Armageddon this season, and this was actually teased by Eric Wallace. I don't know how likely it is that's actually going to happen now, considering we only have a shortened season with 13 episodes. That is definitely going to push it if they want to do like a 3-episode crossover or something. I mean, they're definitely not going to get a 5-episode crossover like they did with Armageddon, but that is something still on the cards. That has been teased, so that could totally happen. Also, there was a Supergirl character that is supposed to show up. I don't know what plans are like right now, if anything has changed at all, but Eric Wallace was talking to a Supergirl alum, an actor who was going to show up in The Flash at the start of season 9 because he was preparing and doing talks about that a while ago. So you can presume that was going to happen near to the start of the season, and so there's always a chance that they tease them in the first trailer if they actually show up on set. And right now we still don't know who that's going to be, but definitely I would be so down for that. So looking forward to that if that happens. But in terms of the season 9 first trailer specifically, it's going to be a short teaser with some initial footage. They normally release about like a 30 seconds to a minute long trailer every time that a new season comes around, and it's probably going to be released around December time this year, around 1 month before episode 1 releases. We don't have a specific release date right now for when The Flash season 9 is going to premiere, but it's going to premiere sometime around January because they said it's coming in the mid-season, and that's when the mid-season premieres happen. And so they will announce it soon, that specific release date, because they are starting to film right now, so they're definitely going to sort of kick things into gear, especially considering this is The Flash's final season. They have to do promotion, there is no way around it, they have to capitalize on it. But again, with the CW takeover by Nexstar, I really don't know if they're going to stick to the normal schedule, so this is just me basing off of what's happened in the past. So that's why I'm presuming this first trailer will come out about December time, about a month before, because it's a tradition. And since there is no DC fandom this year, that means this tradition will probably continue, because last year they didn't release a trailer at fandom, and they actually released the first trailer about a month before, so actually early December time. That is when I'm predicting again this is going to happen. So I would say don't expect any official trailers or promos very soon, but wait until December hits, and then we're going to actually have some coverage from The Flash with them releasing the trailer, hopefully on their YouTube channel. I don't think they're going to be going to any events anytime soon unless it's a small Comic-Con event, and that is because they're going to be busy filming and it's the final season. They're on a tight deadline. I believe they finish filming around like maybe March time. I don't know the specific dates. But with no DC fandom, that means there's no real event that they can go to. Obviously, they could go to New York Comic Con next month. However, I'm going to say it's unlikely because they don't tend to always go there. They were there when Season 2 was releasing and a couple of times after that. But normally it would be San Diego Comic Con or DC Fandom recently where they would release the trailers, and otherwise they would just release them online. So I'm just predicting they're going to release it online sometime about a month before it airs, and normally it would be around like mid-January when they would start to air the shows. So for now, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you guys are excited for The Flash Season 9, aka The Flash's final season. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see our first looks into the show. Obviously they are filming right now, so that means that we're going to be seeing some behind the scenes shots and different things like that we're going to be covering on the channel. So please be sure to go nowhere, because you're going to want to subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified every time I make a new video over the course of this next like 6 months or so, because we're going to be covering The Flash as we build up towards its final season. And also we talk about Superman Lois, which is going to be releasing Season 3 as well. So definitely, if you are a DCTV fan, if you love the Arrowverse or the DCEU, we're going to be making lots of videos on the channel, so stick around, and please be sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this specific video. It really would help out. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss any future videos, and remember to support my new film that I'm making by clicking the fundraising link in the description below and supporting it as we try and reach about £500 to finish financing the short film that I'm making and directing myself. So thank you guys so much for watching, and just before we end this video, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.